Hi everyone, this is Tammy, owner of Worthy, Worth It, and Priceless, and today's podcast is titled You Are Not What They Said About You. A lot of times people want to drug up your past to make themselves feel better. They want to call you negative names to make you feel bad about yourself. Even if you didn't do anything wrong to them, sometimes it's just to get you off of your high horse, so to speak, because there's a jealousy or envious type of thing to that. Some people don't want anyone to actually ever be happy. So that's why they may try to down you. I know for me, as a child, I was told that I wasn't going to amount to nothing. I wasn't going to be anything. I was told that I was ugly and I was stupid. Those things carried with me a lot of my life. And even though I didn't like consciously say, hey, I'm going to prove that person wrong or anything like that, by the grace of God, I was able to accomplish everything that He has allowed me to accomplish. If I was to sit here and basically think back to those things on a constant basis, I would not be basically doing anything in life. That's where a lot of people may turn to alternative things to get them through. You're believing just because no one is around you right now that you're unworthy of love, or that you'll always be alone, or that you'll always be miserable, or people in their anger, or just because you make a mistake, or they want you to think that you're the worst person in the world. One of my favorite songs, or my go-to song, especially when I'm going through something, is Best in Me. I believe it's from Marvin Sapp, and is basically, the words is, he saw the best in me when everyone else around me could only see the worst in me. And that song rings so true, because people, no matter how good you may be to a person, and hear me clearly, you can be the best person to somebody, but as soon as you say one time no, all of a sudden you're the worst person in the world. They paint you out to be a villain. Just even if it's not even you saying no, it's if you're not going the way they want you to go, or if you're doing something that they don't want you to do, all of a sudden you become this villain, and your past gets drug up, and you think that you're better than everyone else, or there's this whole thing that people think that you're conceited, or any negative things, and they try to basically drug up your past and basically hit you in the jugular or in the heart with insults. I want you to pull through. I want you to realize that you are not those negative things that someone has said about you. You are a beautiful person. You have a great heart. You are worthy to be loved. Just because somebody cheated, somebody disrespected you, or somebody walked out on you, abandoned you, or whatever the case is, you don't deserve to be treated that way. Hold your head up. Do not hold your head down. Have confidence about yourself. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love yourself, and you're going to do what's best for yourself. And if you have children, you're going to do what's best for your children, no matter who is there and who is not there. I want you to be strong during this time. People want to pull you down no matter what you do. No matter what the situation is, if you decide to move on, or if they decide to stay, or whatever the situation is, people, when they get into their feelings, Lord, when they get into their feelings, they want you to hurt so bad. They want you to hurt the same amount of hurt that they have put onto you, or, projecting a different outcome or whatever it may be. That's the thing. But God is telling you that He don't want you to feel that way. He loves you. He made you. He created you, and He created something special inside of you. And just because someone may not be there, you can't hang your head and you can't go and give up. You can't kick, the sand or the ground and just, basically wallow down and die. You have to get back up. You have to fight for yourself. You have to fight for your kids. You have to fight for your life. You have to fight for your future. Realize that, like I said, people say things out of anger, or sometimes even the enemy just tries to attack you in different ways because he wants to stop you. He wants to stop your growth. Imagine if, even as being a child, being told those things, if I would have just stayed in a depressive state or even always thought about that, I would be in a crazy house or something like that. And while I would be crazy, the person who stated that, they're off living their life. And that's how it is. A lot of times people say negative things to you, and do negative things to you. They're off living their life. It's not up to us to get the revenge. You allow God to get that revenge on them, or let karma hit them or whatever. It's not up to us to sit up there, I'm going to prove them wrong and I'm going to do this. No. You are not the negative things that they said about you. You're beautiful, you're strong, you're handsome. You're going to make something out of yourself. And it's not just to prove them wrong. You're not even going to be paying them no attention. You're not even going to remember the things that they said. You're going to be miles away. You never even know. Those people who talk bad about you, one day they may be looking to you for a job. I remember my grandma used to say that to me all the time. Like, you don't worry about what people basically say about you or anything, because you never know. One day they may be serving you. So at the end of the day, hold your head up high no matter what your circumstances are. Don't allow anyone to make you feel less than a person because of your past or the mistakes that you have made or decisions that you've made at a certain time. It happens. The things that you may know now, you didn't know then. So you wouldn't make those same decisions. Like, I know for me, I'm 35 now. I wouldn't make the same decisions or mistakes that I made at 16 or 19 or 25. Those things, because I went through those things, I know at 35 I would not do those things anymore. Or that is not a part of my character. Or that not the woman that I want to be, or anything like that. And don't let anyone hold you hostage to your past. It's your past. Yes. Was every part peachy keen or anything like that? No. But whatever you went through in your past is making you and molding you to be the person that God has created you to be. Take your scars, your wounds, or, God will heal all of that. Just allow Him to. And like I said, don't allow anyone to make you feel like you're less than a person or anything. And do not get into a corner and not shine bright like you're supposed to shine because you're afraid of dimming somebody else's light. God didn't put you on this earth so you would basically dim your own light. He put you on this earth to be a light to other people, to share your heart, to be kind to other people. He didn't put you on this earth to be in a corner and to be afraid to speak your mind, to say, the things that you need to say. There is a gift that God has given inside of you as well that needs to be birthed and brought out. But don't allow what someone has said to you in the past to make you feel as though that you're unworthy of living your best life. Don't be afraid to live your best life. Don't be afraid to live. A lot of times we're always afraid of what someone else is going to say. Forget what somebody else is going to say. It's not about them. It's not about their opinions or anything like that. I remember, and I think I said it in the first video, but I remember one time I had a prophecy, and God said to me, He said that I was always going to other people for their opinions, and well, I was. And I've always been somewhat of a people pleaser, and that got me into a lot of trouble, but either way. But either way, he said, you're always going to other people for their opinions. Stop worrying about what other people say. Worry about what I say. And that's the thing. I'm telling you, don't worry about what other people say. Worry about what God says. A lot of times, what God says, somebody always going to have an opinion about it. They're always, basically, they're going to have an opinion about it because they don't understand. And what God has told you that He didn't tell them. So don't sit up there and try to get their opinions, because that's not what God told for them, and that's not their journey. They may not understand, but you have to keep going no matter who doesn't understand. God has called for greatness inside of you, and I need for you to see yourself as confident. See yourself with the greatness that God has given to you. You're going to make it. And don't let anyone tell you that you're not. And don't allow the things of your past to get in your way of your future. I don't care what you used to do. Everyone in this world has did something wrong. There's something that they regret. God has forgiven you, and you need to forgive yourself. So until next time, thank you very much for listening to this podcast. And just know that you are worthy, worth it, and priceless.